Executive officer's stateroom, which is basically his second in command. Pretty comfortable when we do overnights here with the Boy Scouts and things like that. And most of it's missing. As you can imagine, it would have been a lot more cool. Every place that there's tables that don't actually have something that's taken out.
Battle stations, this is not a drill. Set condition 1, general quarters.
Sergeant and Matt. Air Control, identify target with the unmanned aerial drone. Estimate time on target for Tomahawk missile.
Time on target, 6 minutes. We have a solution loaded to Missile 1.
CEO to bridge, Captain Tomahawk test received. Target is control tower in enemy harbor at 75 miles. Solution plotted and coordinates loaded. Request permission to fire Tomahawk missile.
TO, this is the captain. Ready Tomahawk battery to fire. Tomahawk missiles free.
Standby launch 1. Alert crews on next to stay clear.
Stand clear. Stand clear. Tomahawk battery firing Tomahawk missile.
APO-1 is elevated. Recommend vent closure. Aft doors open. Booster armed. Stand by.
Missile control. Commence firing. Fire missile 1.
Execute plan 1-0. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. Missile away. Missile in flight.
TAO to bridge. Captain, we have visual confirmation. Target destroyed.
TAO, we have high-speed contacts on the horizon to port.
Service control, identify targets.
We have multiple skunks coming out of the marina. Small enemy combatants bearing 2-7-5, range 1-5 miles. Designated skunks Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Targets identified as hostile.
Gunnery, confirm target line with main battery plant.
Target's firing. Fire solution team.
TAO to bridge. Captain, we have multiple stunts coming out of the arena. Small enemy combatants bearing 2-7-5, range 1-5 miles. Designated skunks Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Targets identified as hostile. Firing solution obtained. Request permission to engage with guns.
TO captain. Surface action port guns free. Commence fire.
Gunnery, surface action port.
Surface action port. All hands stand clear of the main deck while firing guns. Stand clear.
Gunnery, commence firing.
Main battery, turrets 1 and 2. Take 4 targets. Bearing 2-7-5. Range 1-5 miles. 12 rounds. AG. Commence fire. TAO gunnery. 12 rounds. High explosives expended. Doors clear. No casualties.
Air control, damage report control.
Skunk Alpha direct hit. Smoking fire. Enemy command. Charlie, direct hit. Skunk Delta reversing course and returning at high speed, returning to port. We have enemy combatants in the arena. Surrendering to the drone.
TAO to bridge. Captain, 3 targets destroyed. 1 target reversing course. And we have enemy combatants surrendering to the drone, sir.
This is the captain. Well done to the entire crew for an outstanding combat mission success. We destroyed an important land target and destroyed or routed 4 enemy combatants due to outstanding
Designed to stop the penetration of one of our own 16-inch gun shells. We did test this steel in comparison to steel of a similar battleship class, the Yamato. Our steel held up remarkably well, even though the Yamato technically had bigger guns, 18-inch guns. This type of steel actually does it a lot better, so this is pretty cool. We don't see this kind of steel used on battleships or on ships now. Might put it in there. Go ahead. Turn right around.
Oh, you can take a picture? Oh, that's the wrong button. Watch your picture. Okay. All right. Go around and see people. Yeah. Nothing.
You can start, go out on the fantail, take some readings, come back, do 45 minutes of trigonometry, and then you figure it out. You also would have had one of our most important stations right back here and been removed, which was of course the coffee mist. There would have been a lower right hand.
Pressure that's on the inside and test the adjustable
Other cabin.
then apply that to, you know, what
That's
the
where
what
he
a
spends
human
90% of
can,
his time.
what is safe.
Rifle means that it does have rifling on the inside, which means that it spins the bullet, helps the trajectory. It's kind of like if you want to throw a football, you have to get the nice spin on it before you use, or the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I'll give you an example of how far away that is. It would also come in two different types. 16.
For real, but for now, this movie will have to do. See you aboard.
They operate like gigantic hunting rifles and can fire 2 rounds per minute. Each shell can weigh up to 2,700 pounds, as heavy as a Volkswagen Beetle. When the gun is fired, the shell spirals like a football through the rifle barrel. The spiral action increases accuracy and range, which can exceed 24 miles. The shells leave.
You say they could like do sections at a time, like they could be cool. And then it would have been
Most of the ships I was on was too small to have it right there.
Everything up here is expendable. The vital organs of the ship are maintained down below. It's called the Citadel, and it's literally a fortress. It starts just forward of turret number 1, ends just after turret number 3. The innermost of our 3 hulls is the armored belt, and it tapers up from an inch to 14 inches of solid steel. We can take 6 torpedo hits on the same side at the same time, not even slow down. 7th one's going to make you think of that. All of that to say, watch your first step as we head into the hull. This is Broadway. And Broadway is unique to the 4 Iowa-class battleships. The Iowa, New Jersey, Missouri, and Wisconsin. It's called Broadway for a few reasons. It is the longest continuous passage of the ship. It starts just after turret 2, and it's just forward of turret 3. It's one of the widest or broadest, and when all these panels and gauges are lit up, it looks like Broadway in New York City. It serves a couple purposes. It is the only way to get from fire room 1 to engine room 1, fire room 2, etc. When we're fully loaded, we weigh 58,000 tons. The water line's right here at 38 feet. Everything's underwater. You want to put as few holes in the bulkhead as possible. There's no doors. You have to climb up from the bottom to go back down. Turret 2 holds more ammunition than turret 3. So if they start running low, you can use this monorail and a chain fall trolley to move those 1,900-pound, 2,700-pound bullets down Broadway to turret 3. Anyone seen the movie Battleship? Stands here for 4 hours, twice a day, called the checkman. His sole purpose in life is to make sure this steam drum is half full of water, half full of steam. He can't see in there, he's got to use this gauge glass, keep it right here. So you start going faster, it takes steam off the drum, water surges, he's got to back off before it makes its full steam. Starts slowing down, he's got to let water into it. Not rocket science. This guy is not an officer. Probably his second job down. Started as a messenger, now he's checking. It's 130 degrees here. It's one of the hottest spots on the ship. At night, you're not increasing and decreasing speed. You're pretty much doing 8, maybe 15 knots. Nothing for him to do. He's got to be here anyway, just in case. And when you stand to watch, you are literally supposed to stand. Boiler 1, check levels right up above us, and the boilers are divided into 2 fireboxes. This side is the saturated steam side. It's about 487 degree wet steam. Can't put that through the turbines. Slightest bit of moisture at 600 psi will go through the blades like a bullet, put you out of business. This is auxiliary steam called hotel steam. Runs all the machinery on the ship, heats the grills in the galley, hot water for showers. Over here is the superheated side. You start going faster, you light it off, it superheats that 600-pound steam to 850 degree dry steam. You can't even see it. That's what goes over into the turbines.
Welcome to Fire Room 1, or what most people understand as the boiler room. There are more than 450 engineers who are assigned to the engineering department. I'm one of the guys that makes this ship move. I'm assigned to one of the boilers here, but there are 3 more fire rooms on the ship, which contain 2 boilers each, for a total of 8. The more boilers we put online, the faster we can go. The work is tough, but we are dedicated to it. Even though it's noisy and hot, it's 120 degrees, and even hotter when we're near the equator. This is the boiler, which burns fuel oil to heat water until it becomes steam, like a tea kettle on a stove. Tubes filled with water surround the firebox. The intense heat turns into a high temperature and high pressure steam. The steam we generate here is pumped aft into the engine room on the other side of that bulkhead. When it gets there, the high pressure steam is used to spin turbines, induction gears, and a drive shaft, which runs all the way to the stern and turns the propellers. When those large propellers, or screws, turn, they move the ship through the water. You'll hear more about that in the engine room. Steam powers a lot of machinery on this ship. We use it to generate electricity, run the galley or kitchen, do the laundry, and take hot showers. To conserve water, we take Navy showers that last only about 2 minutes. None of those Hollywood showers on this ship. Right here, at the burner front, we monitor the gauges and control the steam pressure and temperature. These gauges indicate air pressure and amount of air forced into the burners. These help adjust the fuel oil pressure. 2 burner men are assigned to each oil. They keep the temperature at a constant 850 degrees Fahrenheit and the steam pressure at a constant 600 pounds per square inch. It's like the weight of 3 refrigerators stacked on an area the size of 2 postage stamps.
This is the captain. We have just received orders to proceed to the Persian Gulf at maximum speed.
Light off, number 2 boiler! Aye, aye. My supervisor, the boiler technician of the watch, just received orders from the engineering officer of the watch to increase speed immediately. This action requires lighting off an additional boiler here in Fire Room 1. It will take about 2 hours for us to have enough steam to be useful. Okay, light it on!
Fire! Stick! Number 2 boiler!
With 2 boilers online now, we'll have 6 men on watch at all times on this level until we get further orders. Now that we are lit off, we need to check the smoke. Can someone look in that periscope over there?
We're about 14 feet below the river now, so we're underwater. Other side of that bulkhead is the engine room and the condenser. These are the condensate pumps that pump that steam that's been turned back into water out of the condenser, send it up to the deaerated feed tank at the top of this huge white pipe. The booster pumps pump it out of the DFT, increase the pressure to 750 psi, send it to the feed pumps, send it back up into the boilers. That's how one closed loop system. These are all steam pumps, but each one has an electric backup. Navy doesn't leave anything to chance. We're also helpful about a few things. If you don't know what something is, there's a label on it that tells you. That gets a little tricky when it comes to valves because that's the label. Even polished, it's pretty hard to read. So they color code. Light blue is that pure feed water from the boilers, white is steam, dark blue is power water, green is seawater, yellow is fuel oil, those are the fuel pumps. Look at the color, you know exactly what it is. Any questions? And watch your step as we step down, watch at this maze of valves and pumps. We're going to walk by this steam truck. It's a vertical ladder, goes up about 4 stories back up to Broadway. So if there's flooding or a fire down here, everybody jumps in there. First guy up there waits at Broadway. He doesn't open the hatch until the last guy's in and flushes that door. Because if there's a fire, it'd just be like a chimney, scorch everybody. Kind of close the door, move the other way. The pump over here is green. This one used to be green. Remember what that means?
Seawater.
Correct. This is one of 9 fire and flushing pumps. We're not going to waste fresh water putting out fires or flushing heads. We do, however, have 1 freshwater head on. Anyone guess what? This is the DR-18 feed tank. It's a surge tank. It uses centrifugal force to get the microscopic air bubbles like fish breathe out of the water so they don't corrode the tubes in the boiler. Sailors have very little free time. When your 4-hour watch ends, your work begins. There is always something to do now, even if it is polishing brass and copper. And what little free time they do have, they get very creative. Over here is Wisconsin Power and Light. That's the electric company. We'll talk about it later. Over here is the propulsion side, and this is the engine. We have a high pressure turbine, low pressure turbine, which also is the astern reverse turbine. The blades on the very end are in the opposite direction. You simply redirect all of the steam into the ends, but the ship in reverse. Then you have the reduction gear, which actually turns the shaft and screw. We have a really great audio visual. It's going to take place here on the low pressure turbine and the reduction gear. It not only shows you the insides of these things, but how the fire room and engine room come together and actually move the ship forward.
Steel that's painted red, white, blue. That's the propeller shaft coming out. Now 340 feet going against the rock. And of course, the most important item we have down here, right back at the shelf, our coffee pot. So you've got to have your coffee.
And this is the engine order telegraph. Say the bells go off and the captain wants to do standard speed, the black arrow is going to come around standard speed. The throttleman is going to answer with the red arrow. It does two things. It lets the bridge know the order has been understood and is being carried out, and it turns off the bells, which are kind of low. So he's going to start opening up the forward throttle. While he's doing that, he's looking at all these gauges. In particular, vacuum gauge on the condenser, steam pressure gauge. Remember everything Smitty has to do over there to make this ship go faster. The problem is just opening this up, and Smitty can't keep up. He gets to about here, he's going to put out the fires. It's a dry tea kettle on a hot stove. So he's got to always maintain 600 psi, 850 degrees. Standard speed is 15 knots. He doesn't care. He's an engineer.